Good morning. But I always end up waffling on for way too long. We're gonna try to be quick with this intro here. Today's a fiction writing day, so that's what we're focusing on. We're just writing some fiction. It'll probably more than likely be in Project Submarine. If you are new around here, hi, my name is Vivian Asimos. I'm a researcher and a writer. I am most notably a nonfiction author. That's primarily what I work on. However, I have been dabbling in the fiction space. I would like to eventually start publishing fiction novels as well. Haven't gotten there yet. We're getting there. But basically, Project Submarine, to be fully transparent, I don't think is going to be what I'm going to try to get published. If by the end of it I do feel quite strongly about it, then maybe, but to be honest, I'm kind of just happy letting it be a distraction for me. My previous novel that I worked on this channel, Project Caramel Latte, was one I was trying to get published. I am going to be reviewing that in the coming next year. I already know, I think, what decision I'm going to make with it. However, I don't want to fully marry myself to that until I have had a little bit more time to make sure that that is the decision that I want to make. Project Submarine has been a really fun diversion. It's a very different style. It's a very different genre. It's a very different POV, and it has allowed me, I think, time away, which has been nice, but it's also given me time to explore and to learn. And I have been learning a lot from this one, but I think that the restructure meant that there's a lot of scenes that I already wrote where I moved kind of the order of them, or I put them in a different spot in the book, but I didn't go back to rewrite them because I didn't really see the point in it yet. I know that they need it. I know that they need it, but I just don't want to worry about it until I'm rewriting every scene. If I keep going back and rewriting and not progressing, then I'm not gonna feel like I can ever finish. I prefer just throwing words on a page and then kind of sorting it out, organizing it, getting it better, cutting things out, all of that kind of stuff once I have basically the raw bones of the book fully actually formed, not just hypothetically. And I definitely think that my initial theme for the book is not the theme that is coming out, and so I need to kind of go with where it's going rather than fighting against it. So that's kind of where we're at. I just need to throw words on a page. I am going to be going to a cafe. I know it is so different for me. I promise you, I know that I've been going a lot more than I used to, and I used to go still quite a bit. It's also pumpkin spice latte season. I want one. I'm not gonna lie. I am basic. I want it. We're not going to apologize for it. So basically, I'm going to go out and do that. But mostly it's because I also need to pick up something for my nonfiction work. So we're going to go pick that up. And it is on a particular side of town that I don't really go to as often for cafes and stuff. So I think I might go. So I think that's where we're gonna settle in. I might end up going to 2 today. I did check my bank account. I have it within my within my budget to go to 2 today. And I think just whatever I manage to write today is what I'm gonna manage to write. I'm probably not gonna do a huge amount of checking in with you. So just like get yourself a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever and enjoy the chill music and chill vibes while I jump around Salisbury writing a novel that I am agonizing over. It is raining, so I'm taking shelter under a tree. So I wasn't as productive as I would have liked to be there. Basically, they were refurbishing their bathroom at the same time, which meant that it was kind of noisy, but not like consistently noisy. There was like little bits that would come up every now and again, but not consistent enough to like be prepped for it. I was also sitting like along like by the window because I thought that would be a good spot to get some B-roll of like people walking on the street. And but every time somebody walked in the front door, it would like shake the whole thing. So I am going to kill some time walking around town, although I might give it a second, and then I might walk around a little bit before settling down at the next place. Just to do a little bit of a break, that, and I need a binder for the giant chunk of pages that I just picked up. And then we'll go to the next cafe and hopefully do a little bit more there. But yeah, now, oh, it's getting worse. Okay. Okay. I'm home. I am done. I'm finished for the day. And that was actually a pretty good day. I think having a better mentality towards the book has helped. I also have stripped so much from it, not in a bad way, that I was actually able to skip over a lot of the kind of more complicated, weird interweavings that, to be frank, didn't make a whole lot of sense. And it means that the points that I'm wanting to linger on and the things that I'm wanting to emphasize are definitely shining because they have the space, they have the attention, and I'm really happy with it. It's just kind of a mess. It's really where it's at right now, which is fine. It's fine for it to be a mess. We will clean it up in the edit, but I'm feeling really positive about it right now. So just to do a very quick recap, I wrote 3,741 words. Yes, that's slightly different than what you saw at the end of my little clip package thing. I wrote another like 250-ish words right when I got home. Literally just finished, mostly because I wanted to cross the 40K mark for the manuscript as a whole by the end of October. It is October 31st today. Happy Halloween! But it's October 31st today, so I needed to cross the 40K, and I was really close. I was only like 150 words to get there, so I figured I would just sit down and write like 200 words and finish it, and I did. So 3,741 words, which does bring us over the 40K threshold at 40,102 words for the manuscript. So I am happy. I am happy. I'm where I expected to be before I restructured, which is nice. I was looking through my manuscript before I came up at the different scenes and stuff, and to be honest, I think there's like maybe another 10,000 to 15,000 words left to go, and that's kind of it. So I don't think this is end up being a very long story. I did think it was gonna be like 150,000 words when I first sketched it out, but like I said, it was overly complicated. There was more in it than there needed to be. And so stripping it back was probably the best decision that I made. And stripping it back by what is essentially going to be just under 100,000 words is what it's going to end up being the equivalent of, I think, is pretty crazy, but also very good. I think ghost stories, from my experience anyway, I think they tend to edge on the shorter side of stuff. I think a lot of horror does better in like smaller chunks. I'm sure I'm going to immediately think of an example where that's not the case. But the ones that I'm thinking of tend to be either short stories or kind of shorter books. Shirley Jackson, for example, I love her work, but like The Haunting of Hill House is not a very long book at all. Most of her work, I think, is either short stories or very small novels, like novella type. I don't know whether We Always Lived in the Castle or The Haunting of Hill House is considered a novella or not. But anyway, the point is that those are really short, and she's kind of my muse when it comes to ghost stories. And so I do think that this is going to benefit from being smaller, greater intense pressure felt on what is happening, and I'm able to kind of tie it to the emotional themes that I'm finding coming through a lot. I was trying to be more political originally in the intention, but as I'm writing it, I'm finding it much more emotion forward, if that makes sense. Don't know if that makes sense. That makes it sound like politics can't be emotional, but I was trying to make a more political point, and I have instead been more commenting on grief and loss rather than on colonialism, which is what I was like intending to talk about. So I don't know. I think that the colonialism will still be present, but kind of more in the background, and the other stuff is a lot more present. I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I'm done for the day. I am kind of creatively exhausted now. Thanks for being with me. It was a nice day out. Nice day out today, despite it being very rainy and wet. I didn't get rained on too bad though in the end of it. So, you know, I will see you next time. Bye.